Today on the podcast, we're talking about the number one way to transform you and your business. It's worked for me in my business, and maybe it's already worked for you, or maybe today is the day you get the nudge to undertake this number one way to transform you and your business. So listen in to episode 81. Hey, welcome to the Small Business Made Simple podcast, brought to you by socialmediaandmarketing.com.au. Being in business is never easy, but it can be simple, or at least simpler. Join me, your host Jen Donovan, every week where we focus on marketing, social media, and working towards simplifying your business. You with me? Let's do this.
Dream it big, 'cause someone out there listening. Everyone's got a voice to give, and it's time I heard you whistling, 'cause there's no point at all, in dreaming small,
Hey there, my fabulous listener. Welcome to episode 81 of the Small Business Made Simple podcast. Thank you for tuning in today, and thank you, as always, for lending me your ears. I know you have lots of choices out there, and I really do appreciate you making me and my podcast one of them. If you're a first-time listener, then hey, super welcome to you. I'm so pleased you've landed here. I am the host, Jen Donovan, and it's my job via this podcast, social media, and just about everywhere else that I hang out to make your business life simpler. I'm a thought leader when it comes to marketing here in Australia, and I'm also a marketing strategist for small businesses, possibly just like your own. Why? Well, because a small business can be lonely. It can be hard. It can be complicated. And let's face it, it's rarely easy, but it definitely should be simple, or at least simpler. And that is, of course, my commitment to you here on the Small Business Made Simple podcast. One way that I can actually help make your life a little bit simpler is if you come in and join my like-minded business owners group. It's kind of one of those Facebook groups that is really great to get involved with, because there's other business owners out there just like you who are ready and able to answer any questions that you might have, share the joys, and share the journey of running a business. If you haven't joined, then head to small business. Don't head to small business at all. If you haven't joined, head to like-minded business owners, the group on Facebook. Just type it into the search bar, or of course you can come to the show notes at socialmediaandmarketing.com.au/81 and find the link right there. This episode is sponsored by my 6-week mini mastermind. I love masterminds, and they are hands down one of the most incredible ways I have built not just this business, but previous businesses as well. So the applications for my 6-week mastermind are now open. I am really excited to do this because I think it is just what small business owners need at the moment. I'm only taking 8 people. It's for 6 weeks. And seriously, you have zero excuses once you are involved in this community. If you're looking to grow your business with a mix of community, accountability, and one-to-one support from me, then this, my friend, is your tribe waiting for you. You can find all the information you need to decide whether this is a hell yes for you at a bit.ly/mastermind with Jen. So that link, of course, is bit.ly/mastermind with Jen. Jen has 2 N's on it. Like I said, there's only 8 spots, and you're guaranteed to get personal support, and 40% of those spots have already been taken. But if this is something that you think would help move your business, then maybe this is just the push you need. My passion for masterminds is enormous, and today's title of today's podcast is the number one way to transform you and your business. And guess what it is? Yep, exactly. It's masterminds. The first mastermind I ever did was a 5-figure investment, and I was in retail at the time, and I had never been in an environment like that before. In fact, I'd have to say I didn't even think of myself as much of a business owner, to be honest. At the time, I was just me, and I was doing me things, but I had this yearning inside me to do more, to be more, and to push myself more. So I did. My first mastermind session was with 15 other business owners in the Big Smoke, aka Melbourne. And I remember, I'm just a small town girl who had a retail shop. And that's what I remember thinking when I walked in. I remember walking into the room. There was only one other lady that was seated in there. And I was so nervous and felt so out of my depth, so overwhelmed and so far out of my comfort zone. I actually knew the mentor. Of course, that's why I bought into the program. And I'd had some dealings with him before, but I knew no one else in that room. There was 15 complete strangers in that room. And it turns out I was actually the only retailer in the room as well. They all came from service-based businesses. Now, people talk about being outside their comfort zone, and I can assure you that I was completely outside my comfort zone from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on that very day. And I say 8 p.m. because 8 p.m. is wine time. And I'm very happy to report that after wine time, I came away with 3 new best friends overnight and over wine. Sam, Ads and Rod. They became my support network through this entire journey. I started off the day walking into a room with 15 strangers and walked out of the room with three new best friends. Best friends built over wine are forever friends. I've loved Masterminds ever since. It's been probably 10 years since that day of complete overwhelm, and I've been involved in Masterminds near and far, big and small, ever since. I've probably invested over $60,000 in Masterminds in the last 10 years. In fact, probably that easy. And now, of course, I run one of my own, my local Women in Business Hub, and of course, as sponsored by this episode, I now have an online 6-week mastermind coming up. But let's start at the beginning, shall we? Because some of you might be thinking, well, what is a mastermind? I can hear that Jen thinks they're really awesome, but maybe you're not familiar with them. You know that saying 1 + 1 is greater than 2? Well, that probably explains a mastermind best for me and my experience in it. When you put like-minded business owners in a room who are all there to learn, to give, to take, to celebrate, to push, and to challenge, then basically you have a recipe for the best and the quickest way of learning and growing your business and growing you, because you will grow too. A mastermind can be face-to-face in a room, or of course it can be online. Membership can be any number of people. I think for me, the most I've had in a mastermind is 15. And so for me, it's kind of that or less is a really good number. But as long as you're getting quality people and quality time with the mentor, I think that, you can play with those numbers a little bit. Members come from all different businesses. Like I said, my very first one, I was the only retailer. Everyone else was in service-based businesses. They come from different backgrounds and have really different theories and ideas and thoughts. But you know what? That's what makes it magical. That's what the magic of a mastermind is about. It's about mixing with people who are like-minded but can make you think different, who can, give you different ideas and theories behind something that maybe you never thought was possible. What do they say? Everything's impossible until it's possible. So what's the benefits of a mastermind? Well, clearly for me, friendships was an outcome. Growth in me and growth in my business were another 2 massive outcomes. And thinking about things differently, getting out of my head and getting out of my own way were 2 other amazing outcomes that I found or always find when I go into a mastermind. And of course, you have a group of newfound bestie friends who will call you on excuses, who will take away those roadblocks, will call you on your perfection traps when you're just waiting for something to be perfect, in inverted commas, before you release it or before you put it out to the world. And of course, they'll also tell you when your idea sucks or push you when it's not and just say, just do it. And make sure you have no more excuses. But there's lots of other reasons for joining masterminds. And some of them, which are absolutely fabulous, could be access to an exclusive community who want what you want and who are like-minded and also want to create a business full of profit, freedom, and wealth. Instant support and a valuable network are other outcomes. It gives you somewhere to go and exchange ideas, create amazing collaborations, and really sometimes validate your ideas to your peers. I know as a small business owner, sometimes we get a little bit sidetracked, asking people for their opinion when they're not actually people we should be asking for their opinion. Maybe they're not business owners, or maybe they're not business owners who understand your sector. Asking your parents or your brother or your sister or your cousin for some business advice if they've never run a business is not really a great idea. So having a mastermind where you can exchange ideas and create collaborations and validate your ideas with like-minded people is so, so powerful. People in masterminds think bigger, and they force you to think bigger too. You also have this newfound synergy with other humans who, until you joined this mastermind, you never knew existed. But all of a sudden, they become people that you want to hang around more and more. They give you new perspectives on your business and the marketplace and help you see things with different eyes. And that happens from other people inside your mastermind sharing their experiences, their thoughts, their ideas, and what they see in the marketplace. You can get some pretty honest feedback and advice, and it's a great place to go and brainstorm any part of your business that you might be having blockages about. Another great thing about masterminds is because of the group and because of the community, you can kind of get a third, fourth and fifth opinion and do the whole test and measure. Marketing is all about test and measure. So for you to be able to test and measure to a group of your peers can be like a gift made. A golden gift absolutely for you. You get to tap into the experience and skills of others, and you get to learn new things and get outside your bubble. You can boost your mental health. Now, I'm no mental health expert, but I know that having a circle of like-minded people around you can actually boost the way you are feeling about yourself and boost the way you're feeling about your business. It can really help you gain confidence in yourself and your business model. And of course, confidence then helps with decision makings even after you're finished in your mastermind group, or until even when new people come in, you've got that confidence around your business model. Of course, it's a great place to be inspired by others, and it can really help you to establish some new good habits within your business and within yourself. You can increase your social reach by having a community of people who are now willing to share your knowledge with their community as well. It can really work amazingly, especially with social media and having all these other people sharing your expertise with their audiences. Of course, for me, one of my biggest highlights was being kept accountable. No more fluff. No more, I'll get around to it. No more, I'll do that soon. I'll do that tomorrow. I'll do that next week. I'll do that when I have my website finished. No. This is what happens. Both your mentor and your peers keep you on track and they keep you on time. Again, we go up to the, making sure you're not caught in the perfection trap or that you're just making excuses. Accountability is probably one of the biggest elements that's missing out of most people's small businesses. Someone to hold you accountable. And of course, as much as community is amazing in a mastermind, the idea is that you will get one-on-one time with your mentor, the mentor that you know who's been there, done that. Someone who's been in your shoes, walked the path before you, walked the walk, talks the talk. A mentor who can show you the way, can hold your hand so that you don't make the same mistakes they did. And basically someone who can get you where you want to be quicker than the fact that you could get there all by yourself. Yes, you'll always reach, well, not always, you will reach your destination, but having a mentor and a community behind you will help you get there quicker and, of course, with less peaks and troughs. As Jim Rohn, I'm sorry, I almost call him Joan then, as Jim Rohn actually said, you are the sum of the 5 people you hang around the most. This is something that I absolutely live by. I'm 100% on board with this. He might have said it, but I definitely live it. I hang around with some amazing business owners who push me, shove me, challenge me, and really call me out. And it's made me a good business owner. It's made me the business owner that I am today. And hand on heart, these are my freaking awesome people. If you hang out with sad people, you're going to get sad. If you hang out with procrastinators, you're going to start to procrastinate. If you hang out with backstabbing B-shars, and we all remember them from school, that's what you'll become, a backstabbing. I'm not going to say the word because, I want a clean podcast, but you know what I'm trying to say. But if you hang out with like-minded, forward-thinking business owners who are just fabulous people as well, then that's exactly what you will become and what you will exude in your own business. So whether you are interested in joining my 6-week mastermind, which starts in August, or join someone else's, it doesn't matter. All I want you to see is the absolute power of them. If you're not sure if they are for you, then I guess that's kind of why I've done a 6-week mastermind, kind of given people the opportunity to dip their toe in the water, see if they like it, see if it's a good fit for you or good fit for your business before you commit yourself to like a 6 or a 12-month program. There's lots of big mastermind groups out there, as in a long time, but there isn't a lot of little ones such as my 6-week one. And I think it's important that if you've never experienced it before, that this can give you a really good opportunity to, like I said, to dip your toe in the water and see if it's for you and see if it's a good fit. Because as much as I have found them amazing and they have definitely helped me grow my businesses, it's not for everyone, I guess. I don't know who it's not for, but perhaps it's not for everyone. So again, today's podcast title was the number one way to transform you and your business. And that number one way, of course, is to surround yourself with like-minded business owners via a mastermind and watch your business and you, because let's not forget you as the business owner, transform. Of course, a little disclaimer, as amazing as this is, you have to do the work. It's not magic. You'll have, in my case, 8 other people cheering you on and keeping you accountable. But this isn't a magic pill. You really do have to do the work. It's just the accountability and the cheering on and the community that helps you get that work done. I know in my masterminds, we used to meet quarterly, and it was kind of like, there's no way I'm turning up to the next meeting and having not done this, having not done what I said I was going to do. I was not going to be that person around the table who went, oh no, I didn't have time to do that. No way, Jose. So accountability was huge as far as moving my business forward went. My experience of masterminds have been incredible, and I'd really love that for you too, wherever you are in your business and wherever you are in the world. So maybe do some research, find one that suits you and where you are on your journey. If it happens to be mine, then yay, that would be awesome. You can check out all the bits and bobs at bit.ly, so bit.ly/mastermind with Jen, or come and get the show notes at socialmediaandmarketing.com.au/81. But look, there are a gazillion masterminds out there, and maybe if you have another mentor in your life, maybe your mentor already has one. So I would highly recommend that you look into it. Look into it from a transformational point of view. Don't look at the money. Money's money. We can always earn more money, but we need to be able to push ourselves, and we need someone to hold us accountable to what we say we are going to do. If you've got some questions around masterminds in general, or even mine, head into the Like-Minded Business Owners group and ask the questions, or of course send me a DM on Instagram, or you can always email me, jen@jendonovan.com.au, remembering that Jen has 2 N's in it. But of course, that's all for episode 81. I will be back next Thursday with another great episode to help you simplify your business in 2020, or maybe even get your business pumping in 2020 like this one. If you're enjoying this podcast, which you've listened this far, so hopefully you are, heart, don't forget to subscribe. It would mean the world. And maybe even share this episode with another superstar business owner who's doing that daily grind and would really appreciate someone making their business life a little bit simpler. If you get 2 seconds to leave a rating and a review, you can scroll all the way down if you're in Apple Podcast, and scroll all the way down and leave a rating and review. I would so appreciate that. But of course, I will be back next week with episode 82. Oh my goodness, I can't believe 82 weeks I've been doing these podcasts for. That's just amazeballs. But anyway, in the meantime, between now and next week, let's hang out on social and get social on social. You find me at Instagram, in my Facebook group, and of course, on LinkedIn. But whatever you do, my small business peeps, remember, as my opening song says, there is no point in dreaming small.
Say it proud, be true, and let us see you for the star that you are. No point in dreaming small.